Champ talk, shooting shots, they just want me to fade. But my game made when I'm getting buckets today. Crossover, pull up, bet you fall for the hezzy. Game 7, prime time is butterflies on your belly, now can you do it? Folding under the pressure, boy, can you do it? If you going, show them who better. Don't let the game slip and don't get caught in the lights. Crown me, yeah, Jordan taking off on the
baby,
flight.
Give me all the rings right now, we the champions. We the champions. I do my thing right now and it can't be done. They said it can't be done. Give me all the rings right now, we the champions. We the champions. I do my thing right now and it can't be done. They said it can't be done.
And the running back, I think.
What's the latest?
And the running back, I think.
What's the latest? Just on the Saquon thing.
I just got a text that Chicago's driving the price up and Philly's out. I don't know if that's true or not. Which I don't know if I'll make a couple of calls. I don't even know if that's gonna happen, but
I have a tough time sleeping if Saquon goes to Philadelphia. I'll tell you that. As I've told you, just being out. I've been around enough players, so but he's the most popular player we have by far.
yeah.
So Steen is out there. And Barkley turns the corner. And there he goes. Saquon Barkley showing some speed.
Burning your jersey in the parking lot.
That was crazy. That was crazy. I mean, I've seen my jersey get burned before on social media, but the timing of it, like, I'm locked in, I'm listening to my music, and I see, like, the fans, and all I see is fans just pointing, and I look, I'm like, what are they pointing at? And I see smoke, and I'm just like, my jersey getting burned. So, yeah, that was definitely different. I don't know if I ever experienced anything like that in my life, and, you know, hopefully I don't experience that again. In that moment, I was ready for 3rd and 1, let's just say that. Yeah.
Barkley has it. In a crowd, they're going to push, and he is in for a touchdown. Saquon Barkley scores as an Eagle against the Giants here in Jersey.
Welcome. Score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. One more time, we already know. Let's do it right here. E-A-G-L-E-A Eagles. Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy AB, and welcome to another installment. Welcome to the Morning Hustle Show, powered by Philly Sports Network, Metro Philadelphia, presented by Open Gym Network. Man, I am your host, AB, and welcome to another morning. A good morning. It should be a good morning. It should be a great morning for you Eagles fans for sure. The Eagles win. 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 Yes, sir. Good morning. Let's get all the pleasantries out your way. I'm your host, AB. The Phillies won today. This is Philly Sports Network. This Eagles won today, rather. This is Open Gym Network. The Eagles won. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Continue to come. Continue to be a part of this great movement here at Open Gym and Philly Sports Network, man. I'm your host, AB. I'm glad we're with you. As you can see, I'm a little excited this morning. Overall, just to be, I woke up this morning, the sun was nice. The weather was breeze. The crisp, cool fall breeze was in the air. It feels good this morning, especially after an Eagles win. As always, no matter how it comes, you should feel a little better. I know within the Delaware Valley and the Philly area, people still have their, inks and their different things about this Eagles team. so still, even though after a win like this, but it's fine. To have those thoughts is absolutely valid still to this day. But I'm here to just, spread some light and some information just overall about this team, how I look at it, how I perceive moving forward this season, what it possibly could be, what it will be, what I think it will be, my opinion, my analysis. We're gonna break down the game. The Eagles versus Giants, as you all know, they beat them on Sunday afternoon. Very bad. Trampled all over them. The return of Saquon, as you've seen in the opening note. Thank you, Thank you, New York. Thank you, New York. Thank you, New York, for devaluing Saquon Barkley, signing Daniel Jones to a new extension, and you let Saquon come to the Eagles. So we thank you, New York, for all the things that you've done for us within this past offseason. But like I said, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe if you're here. I appreciate you guys tapping in, joining us this morning. We're going to hop right into it. Like I stated earlier in this stream, Saquon, the return to MetLife Stadium, Eagles versus New York Giants, 1 p.m. game. Still no first quarter points still, but a lot transpired within this game that at least you should take some positives with you. Not necessarily saying we'll get into it, but let me pose the question to you first. Everyone that's on here, I appreciate you guys being. Let me pose this question to you first as we go on, and I want you to think about it. I want you to, dive into what you've seen against the Giants and this whole season thus far. And then, let me know in the comments. If you want to call, leave a message. You also you got the line here as well. If you want to call, leave a message on your thoughts as well. The phone number to call and leave a message to the show is 484-519-1495. It's right there on the screen. Again, 484-519-1495. Make sure you get at a call if you got any comments, concerns, or questions, anything like that. Hit that phone. I'm gonna leave that up there for a while. Have that on there. Give it a call as well. But the question of the day, as we talk about our beloved Eagles, is this the turning point for the Eagles season? I'm going to say that again. Is this the turning point of the Eagles season? And you can take it whichever way you want to do. Leave it in the comments. Give us a call. We might, if it's enough going on, we might even take some calls later on within the show. But that's the question of the day. When it comes to the Eagles, is this the turning point of the Eagles season? All right. So we're going to dive into that a little more. Let me just recap the game of everything that transpired over the weekend. As you all know, the Philadelphia Eagles, they played the New York Giants 1 p.m. Sunday afternoon. The return of Saquon Barkley. Return to MetLife Stadium. This is the first time since being acquired by the signing with the Philadelphia Eagles. I got every team in my head but the Eagles right now because later on this show as well, basketball starting up and everything. So, like I stated, return to Saquon to MetLife Stadium. It was a lot going on in that game, but let's break it down a little bit. Just give you some stats and information here we got going on. So the Eagles, as you know, defeated them 28-3. 1 p.m. Eagles pretty much dominated the whole game in terms of everything, essentially. Defensively, offensively, offensive yards, to the point that by I believe the fourth quarter, with almost 10 minutes left, we already had backups in. Daniel Jones was benched. Kenny Pickett finished the game. A lot of the backup players played down the stretch of that fourth quarter. Because, at that time, it was basically no one was coming back after that. I'm just reading the comments here. Appreciate y'all stepping in the room. So yeah, it was pretty much a Schlabbernager, beat down. It really wasn't no chance after that first quarter. It really wasn't much going on. So just give you some context, information in the game. When it comes to first downs between both teams, Eagles got 20, where the New Orleans Giants only got 10 first downs during that game. Eagles ran the ball 45 times for 269 yards and 3 touchdowns. That was mostly, like I said, a combination of, like I said, some younger guys got in later on in the game too. So you've seen Will Shipley, you've seen Kenny Gainwell, you've seen obviously Saquon Barkley, as you've seen. Hurts had a couple scrambles as well, some design runs as well during this game. So we totally demolished them on the ground. Through the air, completed 10 of the 15 passes that Hurts threw, only for 114 yards and 1 touchdown. Like I said, it wasn't a lot that was needed through the air to be able to defeat this team, and that was good. Like I said, between that and then you still was able to arrest people was definitely was good. Like I said, the Giants only ran the ball 18 times, only for 76 yards. They threw 29 times, only completed 17 of them for 105 yards. So that lets you know the comparison right then and there. But you talk about throwing 29 and only landed 17 with 105, and you got Hurts throwing 15 times and completing 10 for 114. They sacked Daniel Jones. You get into that a little bit too. Sacked Daniel Jones 8 times for 62 yards. Hurts got sacked 5 times for 44 yards. So obviously, had some key injuries on the offensive line with the Eagles. Obviously played into the factor as far as Hurts getting sacked, misreads, and things of that nature like that. Obviously, we had Johnson playing left tackle and Mailata being out for the next couple of weeks. So obviously, that was a little bit of a struggle early on, an adjustment period. So, because the last couple of weeks when he came in, it was mostly right tackle when he came in for, Lane Johnson. But again, as the game went along, things got more comfortable. It wasn't perfect, but he definitely stood in there and held his own when needed to. Like I said, total yards, 339 yards. Giants fumbled 3 times, didn't lose any. Penalties were down. Eagles only had 6 penalties Sunday for only 35 yards. Converted only 1 third down. Converted 1 third down for 13 yards. But then, like I said, was 3 for 3 for on 4th down. What else? Time of possession, 35 minutes, 35 minutes versus 24 minutes for the Giants. Get into the, like I said, Hurts 10 for 14, 114 yards, 1 TD, sacked 4 times. Like I said, he ran 7 times for 22 yards, 2 touchdowns, tush push. Get into that as well. I mean, I'm over the tush push. Like, it's just like when you got a back like that and you're the one no one wants to see, the tush push, situationally get a 4th down or something like that, or really need a touchdown in the end, whatever. I get it, but to do it twice, later on, and you got someone already saying, they should have let Saquon score those other 2 touchdowns instead of giving him the Hurts. You know what I mean? Give it to him, especially it was his day. Even though later on we seen that it was quoted that Nick Sirianni asked him, did he want to go back in to beat the franchise record as far as yards in the New York Stadium. He said no, he wanted the other guys to get in. So that lets you know what type of teammate he is as well. So you had that when it comes to Jalen Hurts. Like I said, Kenny was in there. AJ Brown had a great game. It wasn't spectacular, but when his number was called, he was there, delivered, caught all 5 of his targets for 89 yards and a touchdown. And y'all know the long one, 41 yards for a touchdown from Jalen Hurts. Kenny Gainwell got into the mix, rushing 13 carries. 56 yards. I told you Saquon only 17 carries for 176 yards with a touchdown. The longest was the 55-yarder. Like I said, receiving, it was pedestrian, cognitive Paris Campbell, John Dotson, they all had one target. Devontae Smith had 2 targets, only caught one of his for a negative yard. So it wasn't needed a lot from the air, and we'll get into it real shortly as far as Jalen Hurts' performance and what needs to get better. But that's definitely there. The defense showed up today. Like I say, 8 sacks on the afternoon. Nakobe Dean with 2, Jalen Carter with 2, Bryce Huff finally got 1. Bryce Huff finally shows up and does something. Bryce Huff with 1, Nolan Smith with 1, Jalix Hunt, who we've been crying for, the young cat that we got. Just put him out there, see what we got. He went in there, he got a sack on the play. Let's see who else. Josh Sweat got a sack on the play. So it was some good. It was some good playing going on. Tackles. Nakobe Dean again, another great tackling day. A lot. 6 solo tackles, 11 combined. I know Zach Bond did get hurt during the game and didn't return eventually, who's his running mate, but he was in there too. So a good day. It wasn't spectacular. It wasn't blow your socks off. Now, was Saquon Barkley, was he spectacular? He's always spectacular. So absolutely. He definitely was spectacular in itself. But as an overall game, it was solid. This is the second week in a row, no turnovers, especially from our quarterback. No interceptions, no fumbles. Like I said, it was a minimized, penalized game. Not a lot of penalties. We wasn't hurting ourselves a lot this game as well. And in all that, seeing that these are the things that I've spoken about in previous shows, just, I know it's cliche, and of course it's cliche, and of course if these things happen, your chances of winning are very good versus the latter. But just saying it and implementing these things is 2 different things. The players have to go out and implement, like you said, turnovers, sloppy play, starting off fast, penalties, things of that nature. If the Eagles are able to control the things that they are able to control, like those categories that I spoke of, it greatens the opportunity of winning. We don't have, and this isn't a slight on Jalen Hurts, because if that's a slight on him, that's a slight on the whole NFL. We don't have a Patrick Mahomes, who, again, he at this point probably leads the league in interceptions, threw 2 to 3 more this past Sunday, and still came out with the win. Because it's Patrick Mahomes, extending plays, things of that nature. Not saying once in a while Jalen can't do some of these things, because we have seen him do it. Just a couple weeks previously, but on a consistent basis with this team, with this Eagles team, we can't afford to always put ourselves in a hole early in games and try to climb out. This was the first I think they said this is the first game since 2022 that the Eagles, yes, 2022, I think so. Yep. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the first game since 2022 that the Eagles defeated the team more than 20 plus points. So that was a good thing. Like I said, I believe, which I've always said, and let's dive into it a little deeper. I always said from day one, prior to even getting a guy like Saquon Barkley on this team, I've always said the Eagles team struggles to find their identity. I know they want to throw the ball. They want to be a highlight reel. They want the splash plays, the explosive plays that they always speak about. But the Eagles team is a run offense team. The last show I did I spoke about Jalen Hurts more under center. Jalen Hurts being under center creates more deception, more. It gives the offensive coordinator more creativity. It gives the offensive line to block on stretch plays now, counter plays. When you're under center, you're able to do a lot more. I'm not saying you can't have the read option shotgun element in it, because you absolutely have to. But to primarily only run your offense out of the shotgun, I don't believe is the perfect recipe for this Eagles team. Offensively, specifically. Yes, we have the weapons, but I believe we can utilize those weapons better if we start from the ground game on. I know the worry is Saquon's health. Absolutely, I'm with you. I've already been on record stating I want Saquon Barkley to have no more than, if you can keep him within that 25 carry range. And obviously, if you need him, we could push it to 30. If it's like one of them dire games, playoffs, or you need it to clinch something or whatever. Yes, but you got capable guys. Not saying they're Saquon. Obviously, they're not Saquon, but you've seen Kenny Gainwell when given the opportunity when you're under center. I'm gonna get into it. I love Baldy breakdowns on Twitter or X or whatever it's called. He breaks the game down very well to where you can understand it. And let me just show you a clip from Baldy explaining exactly what I was talking about. It's a short clip. We're gonna play for Baldy exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to Jalen Hurts and what can transpire going on in the season by working under center. Here go Baldy.
Nice little wrinkle for the Eagles offense today. Ben Van Sumeren, the backup linebacker, had an offset fullback. Ran him on about 5 snaps, but this block right here on Bobby Okereke, man, and then you got Dickerson up here on McFadden and Saquon, that's all he needed. He needed that runway and made the safety miss, and he was off to the races for 41 yards. They couldn't tackle him in the open field. And then this, you watch him on here on this Kenneth Gainwell run, and here he is, offset. It's going to be a counter. You're going to step to the right, counter back to the left here. Little wind back play. And he kicks out an Ojulari, and boy, did he kick him out. And he was pumped. He was really pumped when Gainwell broke a tackle right there, picked up 14 yards. Like, nice little wrinkle for the Eagles. Using the roster, finding a lead blocker right there. Like, 2 good runs. 1 big explosive run for Saquon.
I love that by Baldy. Love that by Baldy. Love that by it literally, those 2 play quintessentially show you what can be of this offense if we commit to what we should run and not the comfortability of the quarterback to that extent. Yes, you have things in there that have that you want your quarterback to be as comfortable as possible, or have his plays, have his formations, have his type of routes in the concept of the offense. Absolutely. But we always stated, you have to play to the strength of what your team is. And specifically speaking about the offensive side of the Eagles team, the offensive line that we have, the athleticism on the offensive line that we have, we should utilize the run game a little more. Like you said, I love the fact that they went into this past week adding some new wrinkles in there with the offset I formation with Jalen Hurts under center. I know teams never seen that before, running a counter play. And then to identify Van Sumeren, who is one of our backup linebackers at that, to identify him as a good blocker and to put him back there and utilize him offensively as well. That was great. That was a good call by whoever. I would say Kellen Moore because he's the offensive coordinator. So I would say Kellen Moore. So that's a great look. That was a great adjustment. Something that he identified and seen by Kellen Moore to start utilizing more. Like I said, Jalen Hurts, no turnovers, was very efficient, didn't throw the ball a lot. The balls I seen were very crisp, had some zip on them, was accurate. The deep ball to A.J. Brown that he threw, great pass. I know it was a little bit argument in the last game about the deep pass to A.J. Brown. Yes, it was a little underthrown. A.J. Brown had to adjust, made a great catch, but that's what you pay great receivers for. It's $100 million man for a reason. Every pass isn't going to be perfect so you make the spectacular play. So I don't, the nitpicking aspect of it, that's just football. Every pass isn't going to be perfect, but he redeemed himself, or I guess showed you as well that he can throw the deep ball. He can throw it and lead the guy. Hit A.J. Brown in stride, straight to the Baja, straight to the touchdown, A.J. Brown. So that was great to see by Jalen Hurts. Again, I wouldn't say a perfect game because we all seen it. We all was upset. It was a couple plays Jalen Hurts missed out there within his reads, and I know two specifically that probably stick out to everyone is obviously in the red zone. Did we kick a field goal? I believe we kicked a field goal on that drive for that in that situation. We might have scored. I don't remember specifically, but if you know, let me know. But the drive in the red zone when gave the ball, Saquon got us down there, obviously in the red zone. The next play, it was a pass play. Great concept. It was overload to the right side. Defense shifted that way. Most of the defensive backs, linebackers floated that way. So we had Saquon Barkley leaking out on the flat, one-on-one. Jalen just missed him. Just absolutely missed him. Was looking right. By the time he came back left, Saquon already was in the end zone while also being guarded at the time. He had to throw it away. Something he has to get better at with the read. That's something he needs to realize within that formation, within that coverage that the defense is giving him. Even though your primary receiver is to your right, you should be able to recognize that, we're overload to the right. There's only one defender to the left who's guarding the running back, and he's a linebacker, and he has to get out to the running back to guard him. Got to know that. Got to pick that up. As soon as you hike that ball, you should have been looking left, going left to Saquon Barkley would have been an easy touchdown right then and there. And then obviously the pass later on. We needed it was before the touchdown pass, actually. It was before the touchdown pass to A.J. Brown. Third down. We needed a first down. Beautiful play. Once again, I have to give Kellen Moore his credit. Definitely came to play with some of the schemes, some of the formations and things, some of the route concepts that he had drawn up was very good. We had a drag route, a slight pick play, across the middle, a deep dig. Devontae Smith, Schmitty, wide open, running across the middle. And then this one, I just don't understand why he didn't throw it. Because if you go back and look, the way even the offensive line blocked, they moved the whole defensive line right. Saquon had the edge rusher picked up on the blitz, pushing him left, wide open window for him to see. So it was nothing obstructing his vision. Nothing that. He just missed him. I can honestly sit there and say Jalen Hurts missed Devontae Smith on that first down. It could have been an easy first down. Instead of having to go to fourth down and, yes, it worked out. Obviously, another great play call. They had man-to-man, one-on-one press coverage with A.J. Brown. I'm taking that every time. I don't think anyone in the NFL can guard A.J. Brown one-on-one. I'm just sorry. Too fast, too strong, too big. Pause. So it worked out in that sense. But these are the things I speak of as far as going forward in the season has to be fixed, has to be rectified because of the fact of every team isn't the Giants. Even though San Fran isn't doing well right now. They lose again. They lost again. The defense is still elite. You got Cincinnati, who's coming up. Defense is solid this year. We have Baltimore this year. We got Washington twice. Dallas still twice. Got to see the Giants again. You know, so these are things that can't continue, but I'm not going to harp on it too much because all the things that we spoke about at the beginning of this season leading to at the beginning of the season, everything that we spoke about at the beginning of the season leading up until now that we spoke about that needed to be learned, that they needed to adjust, whether it's coaches, whether it's Jalen, anything like that. These things have been continuing to progress, and you can see the evidence of them working on these things, which leads me to the next topic at hand. I gave you the question at the beginning of this stream. Is this the turning point of the Eagles season? Where I lie, and you can tell me in the comments where you lie. Let me know. Do you believe this is the turning point of the Eagles season? And I can vehemently tell you that I believe, me personally, that I believe it is. It is. It is. It will be the turning point of this season. And this is why I believe that. And I hinted at it just a few minutes ago. Why I believe this is a turning point. Do I still think Super Bowl? I need a little larger sample size of consistency of what I've seen through them to get back to them. Do I believe they're still a double-digit win team? Absolutely. The Eagles are 4-2 now? 4-2, I believe their record is. Yeah, because there was 3-3, 5-2. Yeah, 4-2, 5-2. One of them. I'm sorry. Excuse me. But nevertheless, 4-2. Nevertheless, I do believe this is a turning point, and this can be a turning point. Turnovers, sloppy play, consistency at the quarterback position, consistency with play calling, defense getting pressure, D-backs back in covering, linebackers for one healthy, for two being consistent, tackling, running downhill, things that we all spoke about earlier in the season that we needed to see from coaches, from players play on the field. Each week I've seen bits and pieces of things getting corrected. And let's break it down. We go piece by piece. So let's start defensively. We're going to go back to offense. We talked a lot of offense already. Let's start defense because we're going to give a defense some credit as well who played a good game. Yes, it's the Giants. But we're going to give them some credit. Like I said, Bryce Huff, 8-sack day. Bryce Huff had sacks. Sweat. Nolan Smith was shown a lot. Jalen Carter, you already know what's going on with him. Defensive Player of the Year candidate for sure. But defense finally getting pressure. The back end holding up, guarding guys. Malik Neighbors, I think the stud wide receiver for the Giants, I think only caught the ball twice, 3 times at most. Quinyon Mitchell was on him, had a great game against him. Slay got banged up again, out missed some plays, but came back, but didn't He didn't pop off the screen, but he definitely didn't. It was good that you didn't hear from him or didn't see him in bad plays. But even when the young guys was in there, made plays. Special teams made plays. Cooper DeJean, want to give him a shout out. It looked like he might be our punt returner for sure. But back to the defense. We want to see pressure. We wanted to see stop the run. Only held them for 76 yards. We want to see pressure. And again, I know it's the Giants, but I bring this up only because this can be fuel. This can be motivation. Now, I still hold back to what I said as far as I don't believe this defensive line can be that much greater because of who they have, but can they become marginally better? Absolutely. They can become marginally better. Absolutely. Absolutely they can. Excuse me. Absolutely they can. But I'm not looking for them to be, great. I'm looking for more so consistency from them. Can they, and I know it's football, you're not going to make the play every play, but when it counts, can they make the play? When they need to get a stop, when they need to get on, when it's 3rd and long, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 9, can they get off the field? Can they create pressure? Can the back end hold up? Cooper DeJean in the slot a little now. Avonte Maddox, nothing out of the slot. Wendell Robinson didn't do much. Caught a couple passes, but didn't really do much within this game as well. Like I said, Malik Neighbors as well on the outside. So that they're not littered with offensive players on the Giants, but they have some. Some that previously playing us went off before Malik Neighbors went out with his concussion and missed the last 2 games, was on a tear. Putting up 100+ yards for sure. For sure. Wendell Robinson, same way. He's the middleman for Daniel Jones. He's the high value catch guy, short distance slot guy when you need a first down. So they have players. Overall, the team isn't good. Defensive line is good. Even though some got hurt yesterday, you still have Brian Burns. I know Thibodeau didn't play, but you still have Brian Burns that was out there who got hurt later on as well. You got Williams on the defense side. So they got players at levels. But again, like I said, defense shows some promise. I'm looking for consistency from them. The back end, minus Slay, who's been up and down during this season, been showing consistency. You didn't see CJ GJ, blowing any plays, missing tackles, anything of those things like that either. So defense showed out, held them to 3 points yesterday. 3 points. And I know it's the Giants. We should beat them. On paper, we should beat them. But if we look at this season, up until now, not saying teams weren't beating the Giants, but the Giants don't have wins for no reason. The Giants were formidable. They might have been overachieving early on and now finally probably coming back to earth, plus, having injuries. That's absolutely, 2 things can absolutely be true. 2 things absolutely can be true. But again, they're still an NFL team, and this is the NFC East division rival game. So at the end of the day, they're always going to play us tough. Even when they was worse than what they are now, the Eagles struggled with the Giants in years prior. The past 2 to 3 years, and then in the history of the Eagles, we always struggle with the Giants. When it comes to NFC East divisional games, this is something that's always an issue, or always going to be. It's not going to be an easy game for the Eagles once they play them. That's for that's for the Giants. That's for the Cowboys and even the Redskins. Shoot, we know the undefeated year when he's winning all those games. We our first loss of the season was to Washington. And that was with Sam Howell. That wasn't with Jaden Daniels. That was with Sam Howell. So again, like I say, division game. So this is going to be NFC East division game. So this is always going to be a tough game. So I'm looking for consistency from the defensive line. And I give them, listen, as much as we bag them, we got to give them their props. The last 2 weeks, and for the most part, if we want to be If we want to be real and live in reality with this Eagles team, if you want to look at either side of the football, the defense has been the most consistent thing. We'll be 6 or 7 weeks into the season right now. So that's just being truthful. Yes, we have issues. We had issues. It's been the most consistent thing that we have. But give a shout out to the defense. Definitely, they had a good game. Like I said, I want to see more. Because like I said, Bryce Huff, the one sack he had, he spoke about earlier. He like his hands down in the dirt, gives him better get off, etc., etc. I'm not gonna get too technical with it, but he had a sack. He had, I think they said he had about 4 to 5 pressures on that afternoon as well. So it's good to see that they're trying some things. And then the man of the hour, let's just get right to it. We've been calling for him last year, but then even more this year, knowing we're losing Hassan Reddick, he needed to step up. And that's Nolan Smith. Him and Jalen Carter had a great day yesterday. Had a great day after day, doing gains, doing twist, tackles for loss for Nolan Smith, tracking guys down, tackling them, Nolan Smith. Jalen Carter just wrecking things, getting in the backfield, pushing the offensive line back. They had great games yesterday individually. Great games by them two guys, Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. Great games by those two guys. Like I said, this is the things that we've asked about that we want to see. So can these units continue to grow, continue to progress, and show more consistency in their play? Even though we know bad things will happen, mistakes will happen. This is the things us as Eagles fans are trying to portray to our team. I know it might come off right. We might not say it the right way, but these are the things that we speak about. When we speak about our teams, we aren't telling you you can't have fun. You can't talk. You can't make mistakes. That's not it. The thing is, you're making more mistakes than you are making good ones. Like I just spoke to you, Patrick Mahomes is leading the league. He has to be leading the league in interceptions right now. Has to. And I don't even want to say Patrick Mahomes because Patrick Mahomes won championships. But if you want to take away the championships, we can name other quarterbacks as well. But they play more consistently good, or he makes more consistently good plays as units and as individuals, that where that F up comes or that mistake comes, yes, it might bother me. Damn, maybe you should have took this angle. Maybe you should have listened to your quarterback. Maybe you should have listened to your OC on this or do that. Whatever we want to break it down as, it won't hit as hard because we know, okay, that one mistake, I know you're going to turn around and make 3 more good ones after that. You're going to be in the right position on the next play. You're going to be in the right spot. You're going to make that tackle next time. You're going to make that right throw the next time. You're going to hit that whole pause the next time. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that I know we don't articulate it well as the Eagles fan base. I know we don't articulate our emotions and our things well, our comments well. I know we don't articulate our comments well, but this is what we are saying as a fan base. We love our team true and through, but at the end of the day, we want to see more consistent good play than the bad ones. And they damn sure don't want to hear you talking after you made a bunch of bad ones. The last couple weeks deserve the criticism, but the coming back at fans and attacking us like we're saying something wrong, like that we're not watching you play bad, and you want to holler at us, it's not fair. But again, good job by the defense. Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, obviously, Quinyon Mitchell, Q out there, a bull, locked in. Excuse me. Big Eagles fans 24. 4-2. Yes, sir. So again, Yeah, like I said, Van Suman a better blocker. Absolutely. Absolutely. So again, the defense played well. These are the things that I see from them that they're doing that I believe it has promise. Can it get better? Do I believe they still need to maybe make some trades or things like that? Absolutely. But let's get to the offensive side now as well. Why I believe this can be a turning point for the Eagles team. Jalen Hurts, second week in a row, no turnovers, no interceptions, no fumbles. Second week in a row, utilizing the run game, utilizing Saquon more. In this game, utilizing Kenny Gainwell, having Hurts under center a lot more this past game. Plays out of the backfield, using the fullback, using their fullback. Absolutely. This team yesterday looked like they wanted to play for their head coach. Absolutely. But that's where I get into that too when it comes to the coaching. It's another aspect. You can play for your coach when you trust was being called. The play calling was very good yesterday. The play calling was very good yesterday. Of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. Everyone. The coaches as well, too, though, Drew. Appreciate your comment. Pretty sure they wanted to play for Saquon. Absolutely. The coaches as well. So it's a team effort. NFL football is the ultimate team sport. I don't care if they want to play for Saquon every week. At the end of the day, there's going to have to be some continuity with all three levels. From the players to the coaches, to the defense, to the offense. But at the end of the day, rather it was for Saquon, rather it's for the coaches. These are the things that I see that are promising. Get back to that, like I just told you, the Baldy breakdown. Our formation. So all for plays like this, if we can run them again, all for plays like this, as Baldy breaks it down to us, when you running plays like this, out of the I formation, offset I formation, and you're getting yardage, you're getting penetration from the O-line, giving them great lanes to run through like that, and your running back is going off like this, and not just him. That's Saquon, of course, but if we even fast forward, this is Kenny Gainwell. Same play. This is Kenny Gainwell. Same play. Look at the lane. Look at the lane he's going through. All these things is under I formation. Now, when you start adding in motion, trips right with it, tight ends, things that now you can add in play action. Now you can throw off play. This is why I stated at the beginning of this stream that the Eagles team, you want to look for an identity, you want to throw the ball, but it's not working out. You want to have explosive plays, not working out. We can get all those things if the Eagles stick to what their identity is, and that is run the football, play inside out, as they would call it. Absolutely, Drew. Absolutely, Drew. I like this comment. Everyone knows that the O-line likes to explode off the ball and hit people. Having to run RPOs causes them to hesitate. Absolutely. Pause that explode, but nah, just playing. But again, absolutely. We have athletic, big offensive linemen that like to hurt people. Let's run that ball. And Saquon Barkley set the tone earlier. We all seen the big hit off. Like I said, just a dump off pass, running guys over. These are the things that the Eagles need to stick to. This is their identity. This is the Philadelphia Eagles' identity. We are a run-based offense. Run-based offense. The explosive plays that we want to achieve we can better achieve through a run-based under the center offense. I formation, offset I. Again, we can still do shotgun and things, but you can do so much more from under center. So much more from under center. It can negate some of the blitz that teams are going to send. Because when you're truly under center, when you go for that play fake, when the ball is exposed, the defense has no option but to hesitate. When you're in an RPO motion, one, your offensive line isn't exploding off the ball to show that they're even running the ball. If you understand what a RPO is, when you're running out of the shotgun, the offensive line does not always just go forward. Sometimes they take a step back and then move forward because it's a run play. But doing every run out of that formation cannot be successful long term. Can it have success? Absolutely. Can it have major success against certain teams? Absolutely. But every team isn't the same team. Do you think you can run out of the shotgun every play against the Baltimore Ravens? Do you think so? As you can see, against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we couldn't even do it. Do you think you can run out of the shotgun formation all the time against the San Francisco 49ers? Can it have success? Absolutely, but we're talking about consistency. If I had a title for this message or this show today, it's consistency. This team has to find a level of consistency. And for the last 2 weeks, they've shown some promise to me. Can this be a turnaround for this Eagles team? I truly believe that. If these things that I'm seeing from the quarterback, again, yes, missed some reads early on in the game. Absolutely agree. He missed some reads in that game. Absolutely agree with that. Got to get better with that. But I'm taking it as more of a, let's say, I'm looking at the offense. Okay, I see y'all come RPO that had linebackers at offense. Absolutely, yes. That's the RPOs can't work when you have linebackers that can run sideline. Absolutely. And we've seen that even with Tampa Bay. Next week's going to be a big test. We got the Bengals coming into town. Oh, they really not. Absolutely. I mean, the Bengals defense is good. The Bengals defense is solid. And it will be a test next week. Because not only will it be a test defensively, offensive, it will be a test for the defense as well, because of the fact of Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Chase Brown, Zach Moss, Joe Burrow still there. So yes, it'll be a test. And then, like I said, defensively, absolutely. For our offense, these are the things we have to get fixed. I'm not saying their linebackers are the same way as these other teams, but if you look at the Bengals defense this season, they had the ups and downs, but they're more formidable. And we're in Cincinnati next week. It's another road game, I believe, as well. So now you're going into another hostile environment as well. So you have all that elements going with it as well. So it will be a big test. Would it be defensively? Yes. But would it be offensively more for me? Absolutely. Because if we're saying the defense, let's say the defense can't hold up, they holding up, but you're still giving up 14 or 20 points to the Bengals. That lets you know the offense is going to have to do something. And going into a hostile environment like that in Cincinnati gives their defense a boost. It's loud, maybe, all different things can go into the factor of a game. But again, it will be harder. They are not the Giants. They are not the Giants. They got some players on defense and offense that can make plays. That what we got away with last week, like Jalen missing reads, we might not have a chance to have a 55-yard bomb to A.J. Brown on fourth. After Jalen missing the read for Saquon in the red zone, where it could have been an easier touchdown, maybe we don't get the touchdown after missing that read. You know what I'm saying? So these are the things that he still had to work on. But the things that he did that we spoke about, we've been seeing. It was early on. Jalen, step up in the pocket. Jalen, manipulate the pocket. Jalen, utilize the middle of the field. Last 2 weeks, Jalen been standing in there. If we go back to the bomb, to A.J. Brown, the 55-yarder. Blitz on the play. Defense actually got, people don't even realize, the throw was great. Let him in stride. He was able to score, not break his stride and keep running and score. Jalen got tapped up on the play. It wasn't hard. He didn't get blown up, but at the same time, in the past, he would tuck it and run. He would bail out of there. He wouldn't stand there and throw it on, and the potential of being hit, being exposed like that. Again, he didn't get blown up. They touched him though. They gave him a little nudge. The throw wasn't perfect. He didn't even fully follow through with the throw, and they still got the throw off. So he's manipulating the pocket. I've seen him move up in the pocket, slide to the left, slide to the right. Last week we seen one to Kyle Katera when he moved up in the pocket and rolled to the right, threw it to him. Dot, boom, first down. This past game against the Giants, stood in the pocket, stood there, couldn't find anybody, didn't panic, didn't run, didn't see anyone open, a lane open up, took off, first down. These are the things that we spoke about with Jalen Hurts. Can he do those things and be consistent in it? Now, I guess the next step is, okay, how can we get better at recognizing defenses, knowing what your play call is, and even though I might have a primary read over here, and this is just a for you to be able to visualize it, go back to that red zone play where Saquon was wide open out of the backfield. He has to recognize that defense and realize my primary guy isn't going to be open on this play. Who's second and third? And I believe it was only a two-man route anyway, though. And both wide receivers was on the right side. So it was only the third option is the only one by himself. And I agree, Drew. And I know people are not going to like that, but each individual season is its own season in itself. It's his own season in itself. I know it's been 5-6 years Jalen been here now, but it's time for Jalen to truly develop and grow as a quarterback. This contract is kicking in. He's not going anywhere. So everyone that's saying he's not going anywhere. A coach will be gone before Jalen Hurts will be. But it's time out. I know we have issues coaching and things of that nature like that I'm about to get into right now. But I'm seeing the progression. That's one thing we know about this team from coaching on down. When things are a problem, they like to overcorrect. I've seen the manipulation in the pocket. I've seen the throws across the. I've seen points across throws across the field. I've seen accurate throws. I've seen throws on the run. These are the things he has to get more comfortable with. And like I said, his next phase is, let's see next week. What can he do? How can he develop when it comes to the Bengals? Can he start reading defenses and knowing, okay, not to go here, let's go here. This guy's going to be more open than this guy. Can he do that? Again, topic of this show today is consistency. That's why I say I see this can be a turning point, and I believe it will be, because I just believe in them getting it together and actually truly believing in them actually realizing, taking themselves, look in the mirror and realizing that these are the things that they have to work on. I do believe that, and I do believe this can be a turning point of this season. But again, all those good things that we see and the things they still have to learn has to happen, and it has to be consistent. On to the coaches. Kellen Moore, better day. I believe the play calling was much better. I still would like to take some plays out. You know, the bubble screens still just don't work. Bubble screens still just don't work. The bubble screen still does not work. So I would like to see that a little less. We've been throwing across the middle a little more, but let's get more involved. He utilized, and this is before the end of the game, before a lot of the backups started playing, he utilized the backs a little more. I just showed you Kenny Gainwell and one of the run plays. So you got Kenny Gainwell being more involved. I like that. Like I said, recognizing, seeing that you had a linebacker that's a good blocker that you can utilize as a fullback in Van Sumeren. Putting Jalen under center more, because that's only one play I showed you that he was under center quite a few bit of times. But can that number continue to grow? Again, consistency. Because 2 weeks prior, he went under center. 3 weeks, he was in the bye week. 3 weeks prior, he was under center a lot. Then the next week wasn't under center at all. Then we back to under center again. So can this be consistent when it comes to that? This was a better game plan. Decision making from Nick Sirianni to go for it, not go for it was good. He took the points. Nick Sirianni took the points. Kellen Moore had a better game plan this week. Although we didn't do anything spectacular through the air, but why I say that is to sit there during the game and realize what you have going on. And granted, it might have been aided by the fact that it was the return of Saquon Barkley to MetLife Stadium, so you were going to try to give him the ball as much as possible. But hopefully, you know, he sees that if I utilize him even as a decoy, this can be beneficial for this team. That's what I believe will happen. And if it doesn't, shame on them, because there's no way you can watch the past couple games and see your best traits, or see your best players or your best, I guess, formations and plays happen off of doing some of the simplest things as far as being under center, running out of the eye, play action from under center, you know, stuff like that. It has to see has to see this and continue. Has to see this. It can continue this week against the Bengals. Got some of my friends in the chat. Got some guys. I appreciate you guys doing this research and, you know, putting it out there for, like I said, next week. Got the Bengals. They're 9th in points allowed. 9th in points allowed, which is it's solid. Like I said, solid defense. Gives up the 10th most points. Bengals give up the 10th most points to per the run game. Look, what we got to do? Run the ball. We got one of the best running backs in the NFL. And side note, for people saying that Saquon Barkley wasn't going to be Christian McCaffrey for this team, you was nuts. I don't understand. I know he was in New York, but they stink. With this offensive line, with these offensive weapons around him, it was no way he wasn't going to be like that. And we're not even using Saquon the way they use CMC on every play. So imagine if he got the usage of a CMC in the slot, on the outside, off the backfield, our formation shot, you know, that's a whole nother different story. You're crazy if you thought Saquon wouldn't be CMC for this Eagles team. But like I said, consistency is key on all levels when it comes to coaches, when it comes to the players, when it comes to offense, when it comes to defense. I do believe this could potentially be, and I'm going to even go on record and say this is a turning point of the Eagles season to go on a run. Do I believe Super Bowl? I can't go that far yet. Do I believe double-digit wins this season? I'm still on that train. I'm still 11 to 12 wins. But the Eagles have to become consistent. Second week in a row, Jalen, no turnovers, no interceptions, no fumbles. Manipulating the pocket, moving around the pocket, making great throws. Have the cleanup, not being able to read when players are open or missing reads on during plays. Defense showing some life the past couple weeks. Coaching, play calling a bit better. Good win. It was the Giants, but good win nevertheless. Good win nevertheless. So let's see what the Eagles can do. Let's see what the Eagles can do leading on, going down the stretch of this season. Injury news. Let's see. Who got hurt? Like I said, I know I told you, what's the guy name? Slay. He went out momentarily. But he was back as well. He came back in the game. We all know Jordan Mailata be out for the next 3 weeks at minimum. He's on IR, injury reserved to return list. So he's out still. No major injuries during the game. So we good on that front. Like I said, Zach Bond, our starting linebacker, late. He got injured. So other than that, not much going on. Some guys in and out of the lineup, different things of that nature, but pretty solid on the injury front and leaving that game. Excuse me. So going into the season, the Eagles, NFC standings, we all know. Commanders, they beat on the Carolina Panthers yesterday, so they're still leading the division, 5-2. The Eagles are 4-2 in second place. We have Dallas. They still have to play the Giants, drop to 2-5. So we're looking nice. At this point, you couldn't have asked for a better result. We probably could have had an extra win in there. We let one slip away. Absolutely. We definitely could have an extra win, so he could have or should have been at least at minimum 5-1. But 4-2 isn't bad. 2-win game, winning streak. Let's see where we go. Let's see how this turns out. How what they can do. Like I said, I believe that the Eagles are in a good spot. That the Eagles can build off this. That they can continue to move forward. And start some things, get some things moving and going, essentially like that. So y'all let me know right in the comments. Let me know what's going on, how you feel. Leave a message, give us a call, whatever you feel on the Eagles this past game and moving forward. Is this the turning point for the Philadelphia Eagles team this season? No more bye weeks. This is it now. We're in the long haul now. Cincinnati this weekend against Cincinnati. All right, another news. The NBA is back. The NBA starts tonight. No, I'm sorry. Is it tonight or tomorrow? Let me make sure. I don't want to give you guys any bad information around here saying that AB sat here and told me the NBA is back tonight. But I was correct. The NBA is back tonight. NBA is back tonight, and our beloved Sixers will be back in action Wednesday, 7:30 against, I believe they open the season against the Milwaukee Bucks. A good one right out the gate. I'm excited for that. Tonight, the NBA opens tonight, though. We got the Knicks versus the Celtics, the Timberwolves against the Lakers tonight. So that should be some 2 good games tonight that I actually look forward to watching tonight. That should be dope. So that should be good. Like I said, the Sixers play Wednesday. They play at 7:30 against the Milwaukee Bucks. That should be great as well. PG, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Dame Lillard, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chris Middleton. Those cats should be a great matchup out the game. Unless something unforeseen happens, I believe everybody should be on the floor. The only person we probably have to monitor leading into that game Wednesday is probably Paul George. We all know he hyperextended his knee in the second to last preseason game, but he's in high spirits, so I can only go about what the team tells us and how he feels. He said just a bone bruise, no structure, no ligament, no tendon damage, none of those things. So all those things are cool and good on his front. So it looks like he'll probably play this Wednesday as well. So look out for that. More shows are coming. I know right now only once a week, but we starting up. We back in action. So be back with us. We'll be back with you each and every week, between 2 to 3 times a week. So Wednesday we'll be back before the game as well. A little morning pre-action, pre-game action going on. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So continue to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all tell everybody you know to subscribe to the PSN, the Philly Sports Network channel. We have a lot of great Philly content going on over there on YouTube, and also the website, phillysportsnetwork.com. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, wherever. We're on all the sites. Make sure you follow me as well. Stay up to date with all the news and notes. I do a lot of behind the scenes things, inside, up close and personal, rather, I should say, things when it comes to all these sports, a lot of different content that we do. Follow me on all my social medias. Y'all see the name at the bottom. This is on everything. So, yeah, man, I can't wait. The season should be good. Good to see these guys, see the new team. Like you said, outside of the big three, want to see the next step of Maxey. Want to see how much is left for Paul George. The plan with Joel Embiid, getting them to the playoffs. Like I said, the new cats that should help in that matter. Eric Gordon here, re-signing Kelly Oubre, Caleb Martin here, Kyle Lowry, Reggie Jackson, Andre Drummond at the center position, Yabusele, the power forward from the French national team that's here right now, KJ Martin. The list goes on and on and on. The young guy, Jared McCain. So I'm happy and I'm excited to see this upcoming season for our Sixers. So we're going to have fun. We're going to have fun with it, y'all. We're going to have fun with it. Going to have some guests. Going to have some insiders. Some, like I said, we got a lot of the PSN teams down there covering the games. Also some of the other, analysts and things I'm going to try to get on the show weekly as well. For you guys, give you updates and things that's going on down at the Sixers facility as well. Guys like Keith Pompey and guys like that as well, to get them more here. And we're going to talk sports essentially like that in our Sixers. Other than that, man, this is what I got for you today. I appreciate you guys stepping here and with me this morning. Have fun with you guys. Like I said, the Eagles turning point of the season. Is it? It remains to be seen. And we're gonna find out. I believe it's a turning point for this season, and it can be, and it will be a turning point for this season. But again, I'm your boy AB, and this is the Morning Hustle Show presented by Open Gyms, powered by Philly Sports Network and Metro Philadelphia. Until we meet next time, my friends, this your boy AB, and we out of here. Yes, sir.